Hey family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Mrs. Church. Yes, we are back again with another edition of our stories. But first of all, I want to say thank you to every single person who has subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you for keeping us busy and thank you for all the interactions. We are growing every single day. So I really appreciate that. Now, today's topic, I have actually brought in my brother, okay? Now, if you've been following most of my stories behind from the previous videos that we have uploaded on the channel, you will tell the one where it says, the girl with 1,000 scars. So if you do watch that, definitely you're going to understand where I am coming from, the girl with 1,000 scars. Now, yes, Mrs. Church, I gave a small background of where we come from, where I come from, how life experiences have been, you get. Now, I decided to bring in my brother because we grew up together. And at the end of the day, I also want to hear his story, growing up from a war-torn area, growing up from a domestic violent home, growing up from a home which is polygamous as well. So there are just so many things that are behind that. And the both of us growing up were like 5 and 6.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Aloysius. This is my elder brother.
Okay.
Thank you for honoring this request because I really wanted to bring in the reality that I've been talking about. You know, a lot of people may not quite understand where I am coming from, or some people may think it's just some form of story you get.
Yeah.
We come from northern Uganda.
Yeah.
We have been victims of the LRA war.
That's true.
And family has been, we've grown up in a domestic violent family. You've seen how it has affected us left and right. And it also being polygamous, it was tough. So today I just want us to talk about some of this because I believe that this is also therapy for us.
That's true.
We are growing old and
That's true.
we're growing old and there is just a lot that has been pending. Personally, I feel we've been fixers of so many things while growing up. We've taken so much responsibility at a young age. We've seen things that we're not actually meant to be seeing as children, and also coming from a family where, you know, we've grown up with parents who are sick. You get all of that. In the olden days, it wasn't easy. Domestic violence, war, polygamy. Then this is specifically HIV, and in the olden days, people never really like HIV. It was not something that people welcomed. So thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for coming. Now, let us just get into this, you know. I just want you to help me describe an earlier memory. We're talking about the war side of things first. What memories do you have of the LRA war, and how do you think it affected our family?
First and foremost, I want to thank God for making us come here, meet today.
Yes.
The gift of life, for His loving kindness. So for me as a boy child, I had my own experience.
Yeah.
Different from yours. From my side, the war, we amidst the war that time.
Yeah.
And amidst the war, we still used to go to school. Remember that?
Yes.
During that time, the LRA used to come. They can drop a letter in this village. We are coming here today.
And remember, you were older than me.
We are coming here today. So when they drop a letter there, you guys in the evening, the whole area, we have to run to another area for safety.
Yes.
So I remember once we left Flower College. And we went that side of town. So the rebels came and they started fighting. They dropped a very big bomb. I don't remember. Remember that bang, big bang?
Yes.
So in that confusion, everybody ran in their different ways. They ran his way. Mom also ran his way. For you, what they carried it? See, oh, I don't remember what they carried. About me, I ran. I was following some woman, thinking it was my mother. You understand?
Yes.
So realizing this is not my mother.
Yeah.
I said, like, where's my mother? Where's my family?
Because I knew, I only have the memory of you had gotten lost.
Yeah, I got lost. Me, I was lost. The lady I followed, I thought was mom, but she wasn't. So I knew the road to our village, Apache. So that's the only way that if anything happens, this is the road I can what? I can take to go to the village. So that's where I ran that side. But in the morning, things were okay. And I managed to get back home. I thank God for that.
Child.
Thank God for that. He protected us amidst all those. And in the midst of that, Muse also got promotion.
Yes.
He was given a promotion by the principal.
I remember Tororo.
So that promotion is also helped us in a way that we got away from that area and went to Tororo. So the war experience, yes, affected us affected me in my own way. Violent. When you go in a violent area, it affects you.
Yes.
Mentally and
yes.
psychologically. But amidst all that, we were strong. We made it. The war came with advantage and disadvantage.
What were some of the advantages and disadvantages?
The advantage on my side, it made me face life the hard way.
Yeah.
It made me get mature very fast. I don't want people to think for me. I don't want people to think for me. I make decisions by myself. So in a good way, it made me strong. It made me be tough in life. At an earlier stage. I knew what I want at an earlier stage. And that's the thing which also pushed me to where we are right now. Yes, the disadvantage also is more than the advantages. Because war things are not something good as a child. Because at that time I don't think we were even 10 years old.
No, we were very young.
At that age, you're in a war-torn area. People are fighting, people are killing each other.
The sounds of bombs.
But God saved us, and it made us come through.
Well, thank you for that. Though personally, when it comes to my side, there was just the feeling of someone is going to die today. You get the feeling of I'm not sure if I'm going to see the next day.
Yes.
That really hit me so bad that it made me super careful of every single thing that I kept doing with my life. Imagine you're a child and then taking up the sense of responsibility. Is my brother okay? Is my sister okay? You don't want to see anyone lost in the middle of it. And then the fact that we were the elder ones at that point, of course, there are so many children in the family. That is something that we'll talk about definitely. But with the siblings that we had at that point, I felt the need of, no life is going to be lost.
Yeah.
From here, I have to look out for my sister.
That's why we're very protective about one another. We are very concerned about each other.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's very true. We're very protective about each other.
Thank you so much for this one. Now, the next question that I want to ask. I'm sorry, my local language keeps coming back in my on my head to ask this question. So, Aloysius, were there some? Did you witness some experiences that are like traumatic events? Like you personally, did you have like any form of traumatic events, or you get of violence that you faced during this period of the war?
Yes, in a way that at that time, that age, that age of ours, you see people that have cut their hands on the streets, or see dead bodies. See those things. Those things they affect you. Yeah, they affect you so much. Seeing dead bodies at that age.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I saw. Yes, I saw some dead bodies on the street, like in town.
It's tough, eh?
It's tough. But made us more tougher.
It's really tough. Now, personally, me, I will say, I've not gotten over that trauma. Because first of all, the sounds of the gunshots alone. Then the next day, you find that newspaper has come out. And I remember Dad used to buy newspapers. You'd be reading the newspaper and you see a bunch of bodies left and right. And you're like, how are we going to get through this?
Yes. Me too.
That personally really hits me. And I think up to now, I don't know, I think such trauma is something that you cannot recover from. Because at the end of the day, the memory is fresh, you get. But now you imagine as a child, you take it as such memory or at the back of your mind. There are memories that I think I've forgotten as an adult, but there are certain memories as a child I have never forgotten. Those ones are like super fresh. So personally, that was mine, my form of experiences. But I'm only glad New Tiekan today, and we are really talking about this. We did not have our parents come in to talk to us about this, come and ask us how we are feeling about this experience, about the war, what is going on. Yeah. That form of comfort that probably parents would give to a child during situations, it wasn't there. And most of the time, we're also faced with other internal things.
Yeah.
The domestic violence within the home, it was just left and right hustle, you get.
Another thing about that effect of that post-dramatic effect. Yeah, right now, sometimes I experience it. Like if I'm sleeping, I kind of like, I wake up like you're hearing it. Like sound like something is banging, those things, like gunshots. It still comes once in a while.
Now you imagine how many years has it been? We're like 30 something plus.
It's been long, yeah.
It's been quite
so
a long time.
It affects you for quite a long time.
It's been quite a long time. But right now, one thing I'm grateful for right now concerning this, it molded us. We are able to talk about this. We are able to heal ourselves because probably God chose us to be in this position.
Yeah.
To have experienced that, to prepare us for something ahead. And this is why we are here today and strong the way we are actually. So now, going back to home, you saw, other than just the war, violence was a lot What? Ah.
Yeah. Violence was there.
Domestic violence was a lot. You know, we have so many siblings from very many stepmothers. Growing up with so many siblings, and amidst our mom experiencing so much, I would say, battering. Is it beating? Beatings day and night. I'm sure you remember those experiences.
Yeah, I remember. But me, I started realizing we had other kids. Me, I thought we are the only children.
Initially, yes.
Because I thought we were the only children until that time where in Kirombe, when they brought to Winnie.
Yes.
That's the time I started. I have another child. I'd be like, did mom produce from somewhere? Leave the kid somewhere?
Yes.
So for me, I thought we were the only what?
We were the only kids, yes.
But now, again, mom started telling me, your dad has even bigger kids than you. Like, it's serious. So the polygamous thing, it was there, the family, and domestic violence was there. Yes, they are always fighting. They're always quarreling, and in the midst of war,
yes,
they are still experiencing the war at home. War at home, war outside. So you see,
it was hard.
It was hard, yes. It was very hard. But at the end of the day, I'm glad they're still together.
But the stories are many, eh?
Yeah, the stories are many, and yes, we just pray for them. Just pray for them, wish them all well.
Now, talking about when they first brought, because now, obviously now, the elder ones, those ones, of course, I understand their mom had passed away before, you know, our mother came in the picture and all of that, and she took care of them and etc.
Yeah.
So, but after that, we talked about this other sibling, first of all, coming in, and that's when you got to realize, hey, there are more still coming in.
Yeah.
Now, me, I got to understand, because I remember the first fight I had with her, and she really beat me so bad. I will never forget those blows. I'll never forget those blows. And then other kids starting to come in bit by bit. Now, that was all in Lira, if I'm to remember that. Then when we went to, when he was promoted, Mane started coming in, we went to Tororo, and it's like life just changed.
Life just changed in a blink.
Life just changed in a blink of an eye. We're just grateful that we moved away from the war-torn area, and then we went to a place that was more peaceful. Do you remember how we shifted using the bus, and they carried everything, like that gateway bus that went from Lira to Tororo? That's what we shifted on. So reaching Tororo, things changed.
Things changed dramatically. Yeah.
Women started coming in, left, right, and center.
So that thing also contributed to a lot of ladies coming now.
Yeah.
The money issue.
The money aspect of it.
Yes. The money came and more ladies also came. More money, more problems. So, yes, in Toronto, me, I were the side of ladies and him having his ladies. Me, I used not to. Me, as long as my life, I'm okay. I'm at school. I have whatever I want. Me, I don't care about museum and what. He has paid my fees. Yes, he used to pay our fees.
Initially.
We used to pay our fees. Until maybe that time there when he retired. When mom also started coming in. Because now, some museum had money to sort us out.
Yes.
Your campus. He was paying, but
like he didn't want.
He was paying, but you know, the ladies took too much of his time and what and the money.
But with university, it was basically mom.
Mom came in. Even me when I was in Akawa, yeah. Mom was the one paying for me. So mom came in through, and yet Mzee was having money.
Yes.
But he reached a time he was not caring about our welfare.
And now the beginning blows were actually when we were in Tororo, yes? And of course, now he barely came home because there was this younger lady who had come, this woman from Mumbai.
I remember. She just wanted this money.
And it was just all about the money. And I still remember when we were neglected in the house and we owed rent like for how many months?
Sometimes we even used not to buy food.
Exactly. I remember how I used to come back from school and go sell vegetables in that Tororo market outside, just to get the next 2,000 or 3,000 for us to have actually a meal. Now we took up responsibility, helping mom left and right, doing this, doing that, so that she could actually do what? Have some money and form of support. And I also remember there was a time when dad used to come back. I don't know if you remember that. When dad used to come back and the fighting was so constant.
The fighting was there, yes. But for me, I used to defend mom.
I remember that.
I remember. They said, I remember Mzee threw me from the window. Then I put myself on top of it. How did I reach here? I don't know if you remember that.
I remember and then you said, if you touch my mother again.
You always defended mom. Yes.
I remember that statement you made and you said, if you touch my mother again. If you touch my mother again. And I looked at you, you were just...
Another thing which contributed to that domestic violence was the alcohol. It was also too much. You used to drink almost every day. Alcohol also contributed to domestic violence, to also women. You also know alcohol and control it.
And there was also a time that I told mom, it wasn't just me. It was me and you who walked to mom. And then we told mom, why don't you leave this man?
Yeah.
Why don't you leave this man?
Because she was already also working.
She was already working, and we the children had seen like it was too much. Those beatings were too much. Every night you sit down and you're going to bed and you're like, today you have to you sleep, you're half asleep waiting for anything in case anything happens. You have to wake up to defend your mother. To a point that we said, why don't you leave this man? We are grown up. I think we can do better. We can do well without him. But she still stayed. But
one thing with Mzee was this type of person who he can beat you now, then say, my child, you can. It receives you 5 minutes, you have forgotten. That is like that. He will beat you and he will carry you. You go and buy for you something. So you had that. It was just that cunning would convince you very fast. But he's not a bad person. Yes, also his good sides.
Yes.
So what contributed mostly to those domestic violence was, for me, number one was alcohol. Because Mzee was not taking that alcohol, or that too much alcohol. You used to remember when it takes too much. Comes around 1, 2. Open the gate.
Yes. Open the gate. Oh God.
So, but at the end of the day, he remains our father, and we are grateful.
Yeah.
That he is still alive, and he has changed now. He's a good person. We thank God for that.
Now, I want to ask a question. Did you think domestic violence affected your relationship with our parents and, of course, our siblings as well?
Yes, it did. Because the hunger I had for Mzee was there for quite some time. In that anything I do, I don't want to connect him to anything of mine. Even that time when I was still in Akawa.
Yes.
I had, when mom was sending, mom she never had all that money.
Yeah.
but she used to come in. So that what pushed me to start working. Early. So I said, now, Mzee has money, but it's not what? It's not coming in to support us. And mom, the money is small.
Very little.
And that time we were going for the final exams was coming. I have not paid fees like 2 semesters. So mom sends like for the first one. Then I also hustled around. I got some balance and paid. And that one made me what? To finish. To finish my course that side. And it pushed me in life. So I started working at an early age.
Yes.
Looking for my own money. But God blessed us.
Yeah.
Blessed us with money. And some good jobs. Though me, I don't do government job. Money works for me.
Yes.
I don't work for money. It also made us, to some extent, it made us strong.
Yeah.
Financially, there's no situation that can put us down. And God is always with us.
Though me, personally, it was just a bit too tough because Kongachel, I didn't feel so much of the fatherly presence. That was the first thing. I'm telling you, at my age right now, I still feel the need to like relate to my father as a child, but it's just so difficult to relate because his presence was really cut off. There are those days, these are some of the things that I experienced. Remember when he used to like give you 100,000 to go to school. It's your transport from Tororo. It's your shopping. You come transport from Tororo to Kampala. It's your shopping, you get. And then visitation, you're barely visited. You get. You're barely visited. So you're literally your own parent. And then taking up that responsibility. At an early age really, really got to me. University was very tough. Like I will tell you, mom would be the best person to explain this.
I remember.
But I've gotten a couple of dead years. I got a couple of dead years from university. You get to a point that you saw me going to work in the radio station in Apache, Radio Divine. I went, and then that's when I went to open the restaurant in the village. I sold mandazi, you get it. I worked in the list of places just to make sure food is there. And I have some form of, financial support for myself. Otherwise, if I was just any girl, I would choose to say, okay, I'm going to sleep with a man for money, you get. And then you remember, my background. That is also another thing you need to be mindful of. So me, it really hit me. It hit me. And then you constantly keep forgiving him. And then the things keep being repeated and repeated and repeated. Then the whole thing of favoritism among the children, they favor this person more than the other person. Like, there was no balancing.
Mzee was selective in his children. The other kids he favored than others. Yes. Because I remember sometime when you were on campus, you came to my hostel and you were staying with me.
Yes.
But Mzee was selective about his kids. The others who got everything they want.
Yes.
The others who he used not to live, he cannot leave you without anything, but he contributes, but not to the fullest. Gives you at least something, but at the end of the day, you have to top up by yourself.
Yes. And that is why we took up responsibility so fast. That is why we found ourselves doing jobs A, B, C, D. I was a model before, so like even that modeling job kind of helped me throughout university. Paid bills left and right, you get. So now, I had to like take up various jobs along the way.
Yeah.
It wasn't really nice taking up those jobs. And at that point, I was really, really, really so tired as a person. Yeah. Looking at the fact that you must go to this place, work, think of something else that can actually bring in finances. And I think at that point, our problem was the money.
Was the money, yes.
There was no money at home. We want to have all of these dreams. We have all of these dreams, yeah, and all of these things that we want to see come to pass. School is pending. That's why I had to like go and work at Radio Divine. Alongside working at Radio Divine, I had to like be selling mandazi at the side, you get. Then I rushed back home to open a restaurant that you saw how it went. But one thing you need to realize is I understood the fact that my hands were blessed. Amidst all of those fights that we were having, I knew my hands were blessed. Now, yes, finances were not there. I had to come in as Imi to help. Having a sister who was already sick, our baby sister was, she was born with a kidney issue where one kidney had to like be corrected at birth. And that was another issue on its own.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, school for what at that point? Yeah. It was really tough. It was really tough.
That's true.
But sorry, go ahead.
But Muse was, I think, he was very selective about his money at that time. Muse had money, but there are people who used to give money to.
Yes.
And the others, pretending, Muse can even be having $1 million in his phone. I don't even have in his phone. You like, even 500, you can even start begging, first give me 1,000 there. I want to go and buy some water. And he has money. So, he was pretending so much about himself.
Now, Aloysius, I want to know something small. With all of these things that have gone on in our past and all of that, how has this affected your marriage?
Yeah, it has affected my marriage to some extent that sometimes I have hunger issues. But again, I give thanks to God for the woman He gave me. Evelyn, she's a good lady. She has tried to mold me and to reduce that hunger issues from me. Although sometimes we have our indifferences, but I give glory to God for her. But the hunger issues had always been there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a good thing. She's really tried. Battles that are not supposed to actually be hers.
Yeah, she has changed me a lot, by the way. There are certain things I used to do that I no longer do it. I even don't admire it. Because right now I'm focused on my family and their well-being. Yeah.
And now also adding on that, personally, I looked at it. Initially, I was really pissed off. But then I prayed about it and I was like, God, I need your grace over this. Forgiving my parents was the first thing that I had to actually do to see to it that healing actually comes to me. You get that my heart can be open to forgiving them and open to listening to them.
Yeah.
Even in the forgiveness that I did, they would still redo certain things and redo them again, which I thank God for the gift of patience. God keeps you in a situation where you stay calm about things. You get, but the forgiveness aspect of it was like the major thing. Yeah. And I say to myself, that good family must come from me. I must create that perfect family for myself. We have backgrounds that are not perfect. Someone could be out there and you don't have a perfect background. You are crying day and night because of the situations that are happening in your family. You just don't know that God is actually molding you. Yeah? Because when you look at our story, when you look at how we have grown up, when you look at how we are in our 30s, for heaven's sake. Yeah, and we're just gathering the courage to even talk about this in our 30s. But every single thing that has happened, it's now that we are mature enough that we are actually realizing that God was actually preparing us for something great.
Yeah.
He was preparing us for something great. I am married, and I will say it's been an amazing marriage. You get, I have an understanding partner. I have someone who listens to me. You get, if I based myself on the fact that because my background was traumatic, I would still carry on the trauma into my marriage, and look at every man as a demon because of the experiences that we have had. But I'm glad that this has actually molded us in the right way. I'm really glad that we are here talking about it. I will say the violent side of it was really violent. I'm not gonna hide that. And I remember when I was in senior 3, I will openly talk about that. The violence went to a point where it was life involved. That was the heaviest of traumas, actually, that I think I experienced. That there were fightings with knives and all of that. I remember when I was cleaning my dad's blood. I think you were also there. I was in so much tears. I was in so much pain. I remember scrubbing that floor. I was like, God, let this be the end of violence. And I think that was the time we went and talked, and we're like, why don't you two separate? Because it was so bad. If I had carried this trauma into my marriage, how would it even be? I don't think I would be here.
Yeah. Me too, I don't want history to repeat itself in my relationship, in my marriage. Yes, I remember that incident where Muzee said he was attacked by thieves, and he was accusing mom. So I saw the story. Me, I was just confused with the story. Muzee, mom was saying, the thieves are the one who attacked Muzee. But Muzee was blaming mom. So me, I did not get the story well that time. I
remember I was called from school, and life after that was just never the same again.
Yeah.
It was never the same again. But I'm really glad that you're here and that we have talked about this.
Yeah.
It helps us heal. It helps us, start better.
Yeah.
We are the older ones from mom, in as much as there are other people, there are other siblings involved and all of that. But we are the ones who really were there and experienced it so much.
Yeah.
I just hope this is like going to be a turnaround for you as well.
Yes.
Having talked about it, a turnaround in the family that you're creating. I just want us also at this point to do the best for our families. That it's not easy when it comes to a violent environment. I don't know, the African setting is really, I don't know. Parents out there, okay, if you are thinking about bringing in another wife, look at certain consequences, because we are in our 30s and we are trying to heal because no one was actually there for us. And at our age, we are figuring it out by ourselves, you get. And it's not like in this era whereby there is therapy. I feel like therapy can't work for me. I can't sit in front of someone to begin telling you my story and think I'm gonna find comfort with the consult. How do I even put it? I won't find comfort in someone else who hasn't probably been through the kind of experience that I have been through to heal me. No. And I will be frank right now. It has been God and God alone that has helped me through it. If I didn't have any form of godly counsel, they say this Bible that we read, that has been my major therapy.
Yeah.
You get, no man can no man would heal.
Yeah, it's more like
No
that.
man would heal a situation like ours.
Yeah.
No man would, because even if you talk to me, it would still reoccur.
Yeah.
So my healing process has been gradual. I'm glad you've come here.
Thanks.
And I'm glad that you've talked about the people who have played a part in your healing process as well.
Yeah.
I know our parents are seeing this, and definitely they'll have something to say about it. But they know what's up. They know what we've gone through. And I believe I'm definitely going to host them as well.
Yeah, I should bring them. Bring those two guys here. They talk.
But otherwise, Aloysius, I just want to say thank you for today.
And another thing is that I don't want us to raise our children in the environment whereby you're saying you are stupid.
I know.
You say don't be stupid.
Yes.
Not just stupid. To raise a kid in an environment, say don't be stupid. Not you're stupid. Understand? So that I want them to get that love. Maybe that love we never got.
Yeah.
We give them. So I thank God for making us come here today.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything. Yes, I thank you. First and foremost, give glory to God.
Yeah, true.
For making us come
We've been strong people. We've done it. Give me 5.
It's okay. It's well.
We've done it, and we've crossed over.
Yeah.
By the time we are talking about this, we've really crossed over.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good feeling.
So parents out there, can we just do better by our children? And that's the first thing. Can we just do better by our children? Can we mold them differently? Because someone out there who hasn't grown up in an environment like I did, like we did, will not understand this. But I'm sure 1 or 2 people out there, someone is probably experiencing the exact thing that we went through and wondering, what's up? What's going on? Why is my family like this? But I want to tell you, probably God is preparing you for something better. That's the first thing. So please don't keep your hearts saddened over situations. Yeah. Don't. Stay strong. Keep your prayer life up, and make sure that you keep the God you know in front of you. You will need that.
And you're not the first one to go through that.
You're not the first.
Very many people have gone through it, but they have come out of it.
Yes. Any advice you would like to give someone out there going through a really difficult situation in a family that probably could have been like ours? You get.
The only advice I can give them out there is just trust in God. It's only God who can make you come out of such situation and give you that peace that surpasses all understanding.
Yes.
It's only God who can give you. No man will come to you. You can go for therapy, but there is no results. But if you put your trust in God,
yes,
everything will be fine. We also came out of it.
Yes.
And we're okay right now. We're doing well.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there is also something I want to add on that. Commitment to seeking the face of God.
Yeah.
It's one thing to seek God, and it's another thing to be committed in seeking God. Yeah. People talk about prayer every day. People talk about prayer, seeking the face of God left and right over things. But how deep are you going with your prayer? Yeah. Because it took certain sacrifices that I don't want to now go so much into for us to actually get out of this. Seek God deeper. Pray for your parents as well.
Yes.
Yeah, because right now we live in an era where people are not. A lot of people have sidelined God. But me, I know that's the only way things can be fixed.
And some people seek God when they want something.
When they want something.
After them getting that what they want, they forget where they came from. Yeah?
True.
So you should seek God in every situation, whether good or bad. Just don't seek Him because you want something. Yes.
Now, coming to that, remember, family comes first. Family always comes first above everything else. I hope our story has helped you, and I hope that you are blessed. Thank you.
Shalom.